Right, ladies and gents, it is this time of year again. Some love it, some hate it. It is your host, Mark and Chris, and we're going to be talking about the Christmas time of the lovely years.
Ho, ho, ho. Here we go again.
So, where to start? So, on a normal sense, we've previously on the podcast, we talked about the history, but it's different how we celebrate it ourselves.
Yeah, in the
Mm,
past we've spoken history, we've spoken traditions.
mm,
We're just going to do a nice little cap on how we probably plan to celebrate this year and how we normally would celebrate.
mm. Yeah. So for example, around the festive time. Food is one thing, but it's sometimes the company and enjoyment and being there with people at times. So I like doing like the games. So because usually you get family or friends that come together and in a bigger group than normal. You usually like have the time or you got the leave naturally from work, so you come all in together and playing big games, and you do it once a year sometimes. It's quite the nice environment. You get the banter, you get like the trickery and all that kind of things. It's quite nice, and you get a warm feeling, which in the winter time is probably a good thing.
Yeah, definitely. Um, Over my way, my neck of the woods. So I got it's no secret to my friends, but I got like divorced parents. They divorced when I was like one, so it's not like a argumentative issue thing. One side of my family sort of celebrate Christmas, the other side of the family sort of don't.
Mm,
So my dad, bless his soul, is just like, don't get me anything. I don't do Christmas. Just so I'll get him a card and a couple of pints down the pub. Like, I don't actually see my dad normally at Christmas. I think I saw him last year for the first time at
mm,
Christmas, and that's because I was seeing my cousin. I went to see Luke in Wales because for the first time I had the week leading up to Christmas off. It was very weird.
mm,
Um, and then I went to see my dad, who's about an hour and a half drive away from Luke. I saw my cousin for the first time in years, and I spent a day with my dad. It was not well, a couple of days with my dad, then came back for Christmas. We don't really celebrate. My mum and stepdad, we only really do presents and a dinner now. We don't do the whole shebang.
mm.
Like it's just gone to the
I think I
oh,
agree with that because it sometimes puts a lot of pressure on people,
mm,
and that's the one thing is like I'd never like the pressures thing or forcing people into it. It's more keep it casual. It's a fun time. So usually a lighter breakfast or something small, and then the evening food you could stretch it out
yeah,
and just keep it casual. If you stress about it over anything, you're not going to enjoy the day. It then becomes a chore, and that's not what we want.
exactly. It's really not.
Mm,
Um, like most people in England, from what I hear, like they'll have their Christmas dinner or they'll open their presents and then they'll do like the royal speech
mm,
because it used to be the Queen's speech, now it's the King's speech
mm.
at like 3 o'clock, and then they'll do the rest of their Christmas day. So, and that's what we do. We have our starters, which is
Mm.
normally like a prawn cocktail sort of thing. I don't know
Mm.
how that's Christmassy, but it's
Can't go wrong with it.
Christmas.
And it's different cultures.
Yeah, it's garlic prawns, smoked salmon, some lettuce, some grapes, some brown bread. That's the general starter. We'll watch the royal speech, and then we'll have the main
Mm.
at about 3:30, 4 o'clock. And like that is my family Christmas. That is mum, my stepdad, and I. That is Christmas for us.
Yeah,
Nothing
and
big,
that's
nothing fancy.
and sometimes it's just the perfect thing for doing it.
It works well for us,
Mm.
and it works particularly well for me because I, on Christmas Day, usually I used to be so burnt out by Christmas
Mm.
that Christmas Day was just a day off.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see it happening so much this year
Mm.
because it's a different job, different
Mm.
field, and I'm mentally in a much different place.
Mm.
But it is what it is.
Yeah, and for me, it's really weird because I've worked half the time most of mine.
Yeah, you're 50-50. Sometimes you work Christmas, sometimes you
Mm.
don't.
Yeah, and you get to see all kinds of weird stuff going on those times as well. So you never know really what's going to happen. So like for me, days or like big days, not too fussed about me. I like to just naturally as it comes. Like if people want to do stuff, let me know. If I've got the time, I'll try and do
Mm.
it. But yeah, it's more enjoy yourself,
Yeah.
and you get close like to the end of the year. It's the winter time. You want to be enjoyed. You've survived most of the year. You're
Yeah, you
getting
got a
close
week
to the
to
end.
go.
Just mellow out.
Yeah.
It's the last one. It's like when people used to like harvest the crops and everything.
Yeah, it's just
This was the time where,
guys, just chill.
yeah, and that's the thing. And sometimes it's like with gift giving, it stresses people out. What I say to people is, you don't always need to give, like, say, clutter or items that you think. Sometimes it could be an experience. Sometimes it could be making something. So
Mm.
with my friendship groups, I've always got them something they can make.
Yeah, you are really good at. But you don't just go, right, this is one thing which you can make. You get, this is one thing I know you really like and you can make.
Mm,
Because you can't see him, but I got like a little tiny mini Lego chopper from One Piece up on that
mm,
shelf. He was a handle to make because
mm.
I got clumsy hands and they're micro Lego blocks.
Yeah.
I was like, I use tweezers, no word of lie.
Oh mate, they are so small.
Because I was dropping bits everywhere.
But once you've got it, and it's a fun, and it's like
Mm.
it gets creativity because you're seeing how something's been made, and you think someone has come up with the concept of that design off the top of their head,
Yeah.
and it's good. But it's a nice little touch. And there are other times that I've got them stuff where they can build or a game.
Yeah. Story of
So I've got
Seasons
a
a
game
couple of
before.
years ago.
Yeah,
What's
it
it?
was like we got like the farming one, and then I got like the Minecraft dungeons,
Yeah.
and that's kind of become one
I,
thing that when we
I'm
meet up now.
I'm kind of worrying what you're gonna get for this year.
You know what
Cause
was really interesting is that
because
because I've been doing so well, it's like I
you've
do
set the
wonder.
bar so high.
I know, and the thing is, people get me back for the creativity side.
Like,
People have got me puzzles that are 1,000 bits.
yeah. So the hilarity is the way I imagine the bar out the four of us, right? By the four of us, folks, I mean Scott, Max, Mark, and I. We are
Mm.
what we call the lad group.
Yeah.
Mark is at the top of the list for expectations now because
It's
because he gets us for the past two Christmases. He's gotten us something we can make, something we can wear, and something we can play on the Switch.
yeah,
He's got all three of them each time.
and
Scott
it's
and
not
Max
what
are
you
sort
think.
of in the middle. They get really clever gifts and they get a good amount of stuff and they're very creative. Then there's just me who sort of just like gets there eventually. I ask for a lot of help. Like, I will
Um,
ask Mark for ideas for Scott and Max. I ask Max for ideas for Mark and Scott. I ask Scott for ideas for Mark and Max.
mm.
Like, I think I asked the least amount of help for Scott.
Yes, you've known him for
I've
so
known him,
long that you
like,
do
I've
have.
actually already
Mm.
stunned Scott.
Nice, nice.
So, I know the time of this episode release, the 22nd of December.
Mm.
Hi, today. Um, at the lads' night's probably only a week away, but at this point of recording, it's November 5th.
Yeah,
So, for me to be done with someone already is really impressive. I
it
haven't
is.
bought them, but I've got all the items in like my present wish list on various sites. Like,
Yeah.
I've got all the links. I'm just waiting for payday.
Yeah, which is a thing that like does like occur. But yeah, going on. If people ever struggle, it's something that people can make at a time, and something that's not doesn't always have to be permanent.
No.
It could be something that you make and you just discard, or it just goes on.
Yeah.
Simply, if you get someone something, well, they might treasure or they might not. It's the thought that counts,
Yeah.
and never be put off by price. So people can spend fortunes on stuff. Doesn't mean it's going to be the same quality of what you get out of it. So, for example, the games that I've got, we all know that they weren't big at the time, but they were fun to do,
Oh yeah.
and they weren't on anyone's radar neither. But once we got into it, it's quite fun. So it was like with the dungeons things, we all knew about it. We never thought about it. And then everyone just opens the gift and it's like, oh.
It's every other lads' night game now. When we're all together at the flat, like, right, we're going to do some dungeons tonight. And it's just great.
And it's just fun. And it's just like, we just go in, you get the loot, we just have... And even when we die, it's funny because it's just ironic or we just like the jokes.
Although,
the jokes come out.
The last time we played it was actually quite fun because, like, you guys kept dying, like, right, I got it, I'm going to heal you guys. Because I got a really good bit of up. Then I died.
And then it was just like the ironic thing because it's like, oh, it's alright, if you all go down, I'll pick you up. And like, Chris was like, Chris, revive yourself. Revive yourself. I can't revive myself. It's like,
So, yeah.
No, you could revive. You could
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to what you've got in store for us this year.
Oh, I tell you what, it's one of those things that I love. And it might be because most of us do like the PC stuff. So I might get sync on that. So like when we do like our lads international or like we have it, we can just play this game together and you might have your own world. So like, there's a few things that I've got in the works. Just like
I want to finish Valheim.
Send the codes out in like said, and it might be like more of a hidden thing where it'd be like, oh, I can get my phone up, send it through on like Steam and anything, and it'd be like surprise, bitches.
Yeah, you know you can send a gift on Steam, but like delay the date, so it sent it on their birth. Yeah, I learned that because I bought Max Valheim for his birthday.
I see. So that might be a good thing for me to actually do.
So you can set it. So you can set it for the day we have lads. I don't know if you can set the time, but I'm sure I set the day for it.
Because I think what I could do, worst case scenario, I just have it on the day and be like, right, because we usually do the thing like we're all in person when we open it.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, right, I'll just.
Yeah, I
might write the actual.
Yeah, we're gonna need we're gonna need your work schedule. But yeah, you know, Christmas is a fun time for us.
Yes, 100%.
It's great. I've definitely grown to appreciate Christmas more in the recent years, especially since moving in the flat. I've enjoyed Christmas a bit more. Okay, I'm not counting the Christmas I had COVID. Not counting that was shit. The week leading up to it was great. The week at the start of 2022 was great because we had the lads Christmas then. But between the 23rd and the 1st of January, 23rd of December 1st, I was not vibing. But it is what it is. But usually I see my parents for a day and then I get to see my two friend groups. And it's a vibe.
Yeah, it is.
But
and sometimes it's best with your friends at times as well.
Yeah,
because it's all different. You've all got different beings.
I got my lads are my brothers. So it's great.
If we weren't, it would be very weird what we talk about.
Oh my god, wouldn't it?
But
that is a conversation for another day.
Yeah.
I think we're going to wrap up here, folks. So I'm going to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, happy holidays if you don't celebrate, or just a happy day. Just have a good day in general.
Do it like a Viking. Have something to drink, have some good food, and stay warm.
Exactly. Lots of love. Peace out. Bye.
Just a couple of guys chatting over a brew. Won't tell you no lies, it's